Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Silver Lantern Archives. Today we are getting back involved with Forged by Avernus. Things have been. Well, I can't say they've been good with the recent arrests and babysitting the party has been saddled with, but they're surviving. Barely. As for what tried to kill him this time, we're gonna let our sheep tell us. Try not to count them, though. You don't want to fall asleep before the action hits again.
I think you've made that joke already.
I make a lot of the same jokes. I'm not funny.
Yes, you are. Shut up. Okay, so last we left off, we started hiding with our tiny child friend Raven in a storage warehouse away from some sort of figure that was running across the roofs. Curious, Briar wild shaped into a tiny little mouse and peeked out, trying to see who exactly was following us without being discovered. Unfortunately, as soon as they peeked out, the figure, a hooded figure, above the uh, rooftops, saw them, immediately stared at them, and dropped a whole bunch of fucking bones into the alleyway. Among the bones were several flaming fist badges that, assumingly, are from dead bodies. Oh no, that's not good. Um, so carefully, they sneak back in, revert back, and tell the party what they saw. Believe Dea was getting a little pissed off at Raven for not telling us what the fuck is happening. So she got pushed up against a wall. A little bit of conflict there, but basically, we beat up a little information out of her until we decide to set up a little bit of a trap for these people who are kidnapping the Flaming Fist members. Briar volunteered to go out, being a little bit pathetic looking, going out with Dea and, gosh, what is your character's name? I'm so sorry.
Ardent.
Ardent. I don't know why I had a brain fart. But going out with Ardent and Dea, while Baldur, Raven, Briarpatch, and Rook stayed back to comfort Raven after her little beat up. Oh, also, Yek stayed there too. While Briar and Co were gone, chasing a shadow, the other team, the Squishies, got attacked by shadows. Fight ensued. Strength got drained. Morales got drained. Valdor's babysitter is almost in the dirt. And that's where we're picking up.
Alrighty, go ahead and take your hero point. As we rejoin just seconds after the last shadow was vanquished, Rook has collapsed the weight of their body almost too much for them to pick themselves up. Briarpatch is trying to tend to Faladar and Rook, but neither are doing well. Raven, on the other side, has also collapsed, so Briarpatch and Yek are the only ones still standing. What would you like to do?
Paladar is down?
Faladar's somewhat up, but he does only have a 3 strength at the
Oh, okay.
moment.
But he's not.
Everything hurts.
I think my strength got drained a little bit also.
Yeah, I don't think you went near as far down. Yeah, you're only at 7.
Okay, that's good.
You're definitely feeling weaker, but you're doing better than everybody but Briar Patch right now.
Okay. I guess first things first. Try to see if I can see where did the others go out? I think
They went out the window and ran off a while ago.
Oh yeah, I think I came to the window and looked outside to see if I could see him. I'm gonna send Four Eyes, my little owl, up into the air and
Gotcha.
see if I can spot any one of the three.
You do not currently see them.
Okay. I'll just keep Four Eyes outside while I go back inside to tend to the injured.
Gotcha. You see a Briar Patch is mostly concentrated on the two that got beat on the worst. Faladar and Rook. Raven on the other side is trying to push themselves onto a sitting position, but while they didn't get hurt as much, they started at a weaker state due to their thin nature and likely haven't eaten well for a while, so they are also very weak at the moment.
Can you heal them, Briar Patch?
Not this kind of injuries. It's gonna be a problem. But a little bit of rest and they should be fine. And the life force got ripped out of them, but not the overall.
I mean, I know what it feels like.
Much more, though, and their bodies would have succumbed to its own weight.
Where did those shadows come from?
Briar Patch shakes their head. I don't know.
Jack's gonna go over to Raven. Are you okay?
You see her hat has fallen to the ground next to her. She is breathing heavily, just trying to stabilize herself for the most part. She does not respond.
I don't know how to heal, so Jack's just gonna be like, "Do you need anything?"
She shakes her head as she starts to curl up a little bit on herself again. She's had a bad night.
Um,
You
so
can
have we all.
still see some of the marks around her neck from Dea earlier.
Damn. Um, all right. Let me see if I can find the others. And then I'm going to check in with my owl again and see if the owl spots them.
Still no sign as they're circling overhead.
Okay.
It seems they went quite a ways off. They might be in the maze of alleyways between the warehouses, and they'd just be hard to see because they're all relatively narrow, in all things considered. But you don't see them on the main roads.
Okay. Um. Okay. I guess I'll just wait then.
Gotcha. Baldur, what are
I'll,
you up? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll give a couple of rations to Raven.
She does not
Raven
take them as
still.
she is completely curled up on herself. You see her staff
Raven still.
on the ground next to her hat too. It's not a good sight. But Faladar, what are you up to?
Baldur kind of looks over and says, "Why is the tiny one curled up in a ball like a cat?"
Briarpack looks at you, a little offended.
What's wrong with her? Is she broken?
For now, she's broken. Yes.
Oh. Just give her some healing magic, she'll be fine.
I don't have any healing magic.
Oh, alright, fine. I pull out my instrument, and it takes a second to re-pluck the strings because I don't have as much strength before, but I managed to pluck the string and give a healing word to them.
You see, as the pain surges over them, they just curl up tighter.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is broken.
They'll be fine. Thank you for helping her.
Oh, that's right. Briar Patch is out of magic, too. Whoops. But back with the other party, y'all are rushing back, having realized y'all's lead didn't lead anywhere. Is there anything y'all are doing as y'all are running?
Fuck.
Why are you swearing?
Because they got away. We have
Well,
no
yes.
closer to understanding what's going on here.
That is true. That is fuck worthy.
Let's get back to the others. Let them know that we did see, but didn't get any more information.
I think it was because I wasn't alone.
Possible. Are we heading the right way? Getting turned around in here.
Can I make a history check or something? See if I remember where we're going?
It'd be an intelligence check.
May I?
Yep. You've got a pretty good head on your shoulders, and you were keeping track of where you were, knowing you probably have to make this track back if things went wrong with you being the bait. But it does take a while for y'all to make it back to the right warehouse. You get 2 false starts before y'all come rushing in to see the state of your party. Rook is face down on the ground. Faladar is still sitting down. Briarpatch is looking over them, and Raven is curled up in a ball with Yek standing next to her. The party looks like they've had their teeth kicked in.
Oh dear.
Wow,
Oh,
it looks like
finally
a horse ran over you.
Oh, look who finally decided to show the fuck back up. What took you guys so long?
We were
More
following the
important.
lead.
Well, we got
But
attacked
more-
by shadow creatures. And I'm slightly certain it was caused by that pathetic mewling thing in the corner as I point to Raven.
What?
She brought them on you?
No, we were waiting here and then they attacked. I assume that she's the one that brought it here. I tried to heal her, but I think it's broken.
Briar's gonna carefully trot up to Raven and like kneel down. What happened?
You see, she is no longer conscious.
Oh. Ooh. Can I make a medicine check on her? Make sure she's okay?
You can.
I take like a pebble and I toss it at Raven. Or I attempt to, but then like it just like pops like out of my hand.
Yeah, you make it about 5 feet. But Briar, she is showing extreme levels of dehydration, starvation, magical drains, and necrotic damage.
Okay, I don't know if this is going to work.
Oh, and a lot of stress.
Yeah, Briar's just
Likely
gonna
the
like
combination of those have overtaken her, and she's effectively fainted.
okay. Briar is going to just kind of put her head in their lap, just kind of very soft, floofs. and try and do a greater. I mean, not a greater. I wish I had greater. A lesser restoration.
You see that there is nothing for the spell to afflict, and the spell fails.
All right, I will still take off the spell points.
Actually, no, there is a disease that ends up getting removed. My bad.
Oh, beautiful. But she is still knocked the fuck out.
Yes.
All right, let's get you two patched up then. As I say patched up, I'm casting a healing word on. How is Rook looking?
He doesn't. None of the party looks majorly banged up. Rook does look like he's taken some of the worst outside of Raven. But everybody's looking a bit bloodied. Briar
Okay,
Patch
I'm
and
just.
Yak are probably the best off. But you can see that same mark of necrosis and that draining effect on all of them. Faladar and Rook are by far the worst.
Okay, I'm gonna
So
say patch up and send a healing word towards Rook.
Go ahead and roll it. Takes him out of bloodied, but he does not rise.
I'll walk up to Rook and lay a hand and do cure wounds.
Gotcha.
Oops, wrong button. And we'll do that. Let's see how many slots do I. Oh, it's got to be level 1.
As between the two of you, you see some of the necrosis start pulling back. But the drain that has been put on his body, the fatigue put into the muscles, does not budge.
We should get out of here.
I'm okay with that plan.
Am I able
Aldar,
to?
how are you
Sorry.
feeling? You hurting?
Who is that pointed towards?
Valadar?
Ugh. I'm fine. I've been through worse. Okay, no, the strength sapping does suck, but I didn't take too much damage.
All right, so I will pump in another 10 points with lay on hands to Rook.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Most of Rook's injuries have healed with that. There's some scrapes and some damage along the side of his head, but that's it.
yeah, we can't have my handler dying this early. Give me suspicious.
Oh, I haven't gotten my wild chips back, have I?
No. No, you
Yeah,
have not.
question for the DM. When I'm doing lay on hands on the character sheet, all I see is a way to turn the number down. I don't see anything that I can actually show on Roll20 chat or anything. Is that
You'd roll the ability that's down in features. Your lay on hands ability. You click the little chat bubble next
there?
to it like I just did.
Okay, so this bad boy. Like
Yeah,
that.
so that
Gotcha.
would roll
Okay.
into it, and if you just click on the word, it brings out the description of the ability.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Not a problem. But Rook gives a weak smile, but he isn't able to do much more than that at this point. Briar Patch does start shifting the smaller cat onto their shoulders, bringing them up, scooping up their dagger, and resheathing it onto Rook's belt. I don't think
Seeing
he's
that,
going to be
Briar,
able to walk out of here, but I can carry him.
can Briar try and pick up Raven? I only have a 9 strength.
She only weighs like 50 pounds, so yeah.
Yeah, Briar will kind of like have them. How tall is Raven?
She's a little on the shorter side. She stands probably around 5'2".
Okay, so she's maybe a little taller than I am.
She's very malnourished. So
Yeah, Briar is barely 5 foot. Not even. So, just trying to awkwardly pick her up. Sling her over their shoulders.
Yek will try to help, but my strength got drained also.
yeah, yours is still high enough that it's not as much of a problem. You're weaker, so you're looking at the strength of maybe a preteen, maybe a little lower. So you'll struggle with extreme weights, but you're able to move your body and whatnot relatively well.
Okay.
Faladar and
Let's
Rook are
get
the
us.
ones that are going to struggle to stand.
So I'll walk up next to Faladar and offer a shoulder to lean on.
Let's get to an inn. Get some beds.
Yuck, do you grab Raven's hat or staff?
Yes, I grab definitely.
Yeah, those are much easier for you to lift.
Okay.
Are y'all going to try to jump back out the window y'all came through? Or try to get through the door?
Gotta get through the door.
Yeah. We're gonna go through the door.
Yeah, makes sense.
It
Like
takes
civilized people.
a while to get through the doors. Figuring out the locking system's a pain, but you'll do make it. The slog back home with the dead weight of both Rook and Raven, with the slowness of Faladar, y'all aren't moving more than 10 feet every turn or two. So y'all are going really slow. But y'all are making y'all's way back out into the city proper. Getting out of the docks and away from everything going on. And unfortunately, as y'all are leaving, there's no sign of everything that's happened. No sign of the skulls, no sign of the hooded figure. You don't even see the body that Raven was messing with, nor the skeleton that was originally following her. I think it ended up getting destroyed by Dea, but I don't remember.
It got almost destroyed by day. I was like barely standing.
I think they hit it again, but I don't remember. Yeah, you'll see no sign of it. It takes a while, but y'all do find y'all's way back to the inn y'all had been staying at. It's been a while since Faladar's been here. Ardent's never been here. Well, no, Ardent has been with y'all for the last 10 day, so they've been here as well. But what would y'all like to do upon return?
Get Raven and Rook a bed.
Yeah, I'll see Faladar to their quarters.
It's a relatively easy thing to do. With Rook being a prominent Flaming Fist member, they're able to get a room with Briarpatch's assistance, and it's not questioned where the strange girl came from. That's just y'all's problem. So y'all are able to get them in the beds and reconvene. Briarpatch has them stay in the same room so they can keep an eye on them in case things take a turn in the night.
Yeah, Briar is going to keep watch of Raven. during the night.
So are y'all just gonna go for a long rest, or y'all gonna gather back up to get a feel for what's actually happened?
I think we're gonna maybe meet up and see what the fuck is going on.
Briar Patch tells you, Briar, that they will watch over Raven until you return.
Thankful nod. That will go out.
Yeah, after getting Faladar settled, assuming Faladar you're going to go to sleep, I want to go find Yek and see if I can understand more about what happened.
Yek will probably just be getting a room for later.
You have the same room you've had the last couple days.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to worry about getting a new one. None of the party does. Save for Faladar, who has been in jail for a while.
The term is stockades.
No, you were in the jails for a while too.
It was 10. It was 10 or 15 days, something like that.
10 days.
10 days.
But
Okay.
Faladar,
Yek.
you are defeated by stairs, but otherwise you are mostly up and about. You're just not going anywhere quick.
Resist the urge to cast shatter upon the stairs.
Your babysitter's not here to do it, so
I resist the urge because as much as my babysitter may not be here, I can feel the money. I can feel the money being added to my chart if I do that.
oh yeah, absolutely.
I hate this fucking city.
You hate the city because you can't get cast shatter.
Yes, I'm used to casting shatter out in the wilderness or the villages where there's no police or people are too scared of you. Wait, crap! I said that out loud. Shit.
Yes, you did.
I really need to think about that. When I need to talk to myself. Shit.
All right. Yeah. What exactly happened?
Nothing. The shadows just came out of nowhere.
Just attacked for no good reason?
Yeah.
Do you agree with Faladar? Were they going after the waif?
They were going after what?
The young girl.
Oh, I don't know. They definitely were attacking her, but they were attacking me too. I'm
I
not
think they
sure.
got all of you.
Yeah. It was all a blur, but we made it out of there. I definitely think that we need to figure out how that happened. I mean, did you all see anything outside?
Yeah, Briar, I'm starting to think that the group that attacked Yek and company was in league with the ones we were following. I think they were pulling us away. I don't think it
Probably.
mattered whether you were alone or not. I think their whole purpose was to split us up as much as possible. So yeah,
I don't
Yek,
believe.
we were out there and caught a shadow out of the corner of the eye flitting away. We gave chase but lost him at the docks. It's like they just disappeared. I mean, just absolutely went into the night. That's why it took so long to get back, because we were all the way down to the docks.
If it was a coordinated effort, we need to figure out who is behind it.
Wouldn't be surprised if it was the one that Briar saw on the rooftop before all the crap happened.
I agree.
And they saw me, which makes me afraid that they want to off me.
Well, I think that would be true regardless of if they saw you or not.
What makes
But
it worse is that they saw you when you were a mouse and knew that you weren't actually a mouse.
That's my worry. I think what's happening is that the shadows are going after people, and then whoever is behind it goes in and just preys on the weak. Literally.
Judging by the badges with those bones, they don't even have to be all that weak to get preyed upon.
well, if we're going back out there, I need to rest for a little bit.
Yeah. Clear heads in the morning.
No, I mean just maybe an hour.
Well, I don't think that the rest of the party is going to be ready that quick.
I think we should take the night.
I agree.
Very well.
Briar is gonna go back into Raven's room and just sit, watch them.
On the way back to my room, I'll check in on Faladar. Hey, Faladar, how are you doing? You awake? Guess not. Move on to my room.
Blue, are you alive?
Blue.
Blue!
So I had to put on my grandpa. Are you doing the rest now?
Where Ardent came in to check on you first.
Yeah, sorry. I might need to get my grandpa to bed in about an hour or so. I thought he was. I thought it was right now, but he wants to wait.
All right. But Ardent has
worries.
just
I'll let
checked in, seeing how you're doing.
Well, I can barely lift my. I can barely lift my item. I can barely lift my stuff. Everything feels like I'm walking around with a block full of lead, and I almost lost my handler. I've been slightly worse.
You need anything before you go to rest?
I think I'm good. Is that what the fuck is that girl's name? Is that Raven thing still being whatever it was?
Yeah, the sheep scatter.
Oh, okay, that's good. Okay. Oh, so it hasn't died yet.
I don't know. Don't really care.
All right, I'm gonna go sleep.
All right, good night.
Ah,
Off to my room.
Fair enough. Yek, are you up to anything before the night ends?
Um, no, I guess I'm feeling kind of weak, so I might as well get a long rest since everybody else is. I know I'm pretty drained on magic, so I don't have much to do, much that I can do.
Sleep doesn't come easy for Faladar or Yek. The shadows keep feeling like they're moving, and every time they do, you're worried the creatures are coming back to hunt you down. But eventually, you do fall into a restless sleep, and it is a long night. But even long nights eventually come to an end. And by a good distance into the morning with how late y'all were up. It's probably getting closer to noon by the time the party is able-bodied and fully awake again. That y'all start regathering downstairs. Briar Patch has brought up food to each of you, putting it on y'all's bedsides. It smells lovely. There's also a cup of OJ.
Do I feel like I regained my strength?
Yes, at the end of the long rest, you have the minuses removed from your strength.
How
I'm
do I
gonna
do?
make sure. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know how to do that on the character sheet.
So
Oh,
go back to the settings and remove that -4. Just turn it back into a 0.
I just found it right as I said. Thank you.
And
Okay.
that's how it goes sometimes. No worries.
Briar is gonna make sure Raven gets their fill.
Raven has not woken yet.
Still have a pulse.
Yeah, but you can see extreme marks of fatigue, starvation, all of that, which has just extremely weakened the body.
Okay. I don't think there's much I can do about that.
You know, it will take very delicate feeding and care to get them back up and running again, like after a fight like that.
Okay. I will eat in the room with her just in case she wakes up. But I do not think she will.
Briar Patch has gotten some oatmeal and is very carefully feeding it to her. Something softer and easier for her to eat, even when unconscious.
Okay.
So they are being the caretaker at the moment, so you are able to continue your adventure.
All right.
You can
I'm
see
gonna leave.
Rook is up and wstretching and having went downstairs once they finally awoke as well.
I'm gonna leave with Raven a little yarn, like kind of like floofy yarn that you can buy at like the store or something like that.
Gotcha.
Just a floofy little yarn,
You see
soft toy.
Patches
You mean like
does get
crochet yarn?
Patches does get distracted by the yarn ball.
Oh, it's like in the shape of say what animal? It's like a little yarn lion. Let's
Fair.
make it a lion.
You can see the pupils dilate a little bit in Patches,
Oh,
but he keeps doing his duty. He just keeps looking over at it from time to time.
yeah, I'll go meet up with the rest of the party.
So you have been fed, you have been watered, and you have regained your strength. Even Rook is up moving around again. What would the party like to do?
We should head back to where the shadows attacked.
Yeah. Hopefully, with full group now, if the shadows come by, we can stop them without causing mass destruction.
It
Yes,
is
sticking
unlikely
together
they
today.
will strike again during the day, Neon.
Hopefully.
Shades like that prefer the dark, Neon.
Yep.
How can they attack in the dark if there's no light? There's no shadow.
They are the shadow, the dark, Neon. The light is a disability for them, Neon.
All right, time to go disable some shadows. Wait, that sounded better in my head.
Well, we shouldn't forget why we were in that area in the first place. We've got someone to find.
Tarina.
Then I guess we have to go to the sewers.
We know
That's
where
where they say she was.
She was in a warehouse, wasn't she?
No, she was under one of the warehouses in the sewers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You got pointed there first by the information broker, and then I think Raven mentioned them as well when y'all were first
Yes.
questioning them.
Speaking of which, where is that little cat? Where is the little curled up ball pathetic thing?
She's resting.
You're trying to get her lazy ass up.
No. She needs to rest. She's dehydrated. She's malnourished. She's a whole lot of things.
Weakling.
She's a distraction.
She's a child.
And tell her to muscle up and get over it.
She is a teen, technically, by the way. I don't know if that changed anything for Briar.
Oh no, Briar is trying to emphasize that they're young.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. How would you like it if I told you to muscle up? Huh?
That's how you're supposed to treat teenagers and children.
No, it's not.
Well, that and threaten them with fire and lightning spells.
No, that is definitely not how you deal with children.
Is that how you were treated as a child?
Yeah, and look how I turned out.
That
Blank,
explains
blank.
a lot, Nyan.
Why, thank you. Wait, was that a compliment or an insult?
You get handed some orange juice.
Thanks. I drink it.
I guess we're going into the sewers.
Agreed. Enough diversions.
Briar's gonna come out looking like a wet sponge with all their wool.
So
Very
y'all are
absorbent.
leaving the tavern?
Yes.
You might as well.
Yeah.
Alrighty. It takes a good long while to reorient yourself back into the warehouse district, finding your way first to the docks and then following the information broker's information once again to make your way back into the warehouse, trying to find the right one. Takes about 2 hours to get where you need to be before you'll find the grate in question.
Give it a tug. Is it locked?
It is not.
Briar will grip it and take it off.
It comes off with a bit of tugging. It's a little heavy, but not the worst.
Who's first?
Is looking in the hole that's been uncovered. Is there any light down there at all?
No. There's a ladder.
Ooh, I can't see in the dark.
Yeah, me either. Who can? Anybody see well in the dark?
I can.
Briar will spark up a torch.
I'll go first.
I guess I'll go down the ladder and look around.
You see, it is very smelly down here.
I'll follow behind you.
But there's not a lot of water or filth down here. It seems to be a more out of the way part of the sewers. You see the channel in which everything's supposed to flow, but you don't see the stuff that's usually in it. You have 2 paths along either side.
So I'll follow Yek down, and when I get to the bottom, I'll light a torch.
Gotcha.
Can I tell which path leads towards the ocean and which path leads to the city? Or is it like that, or does it just go alongside?
It's on either
Sure.
side of the channel in the middle. You still have the instructions from the information broker to follow, so you know which way you're supposed to go.
Oh, okay.
I think Briar will hop down last and put the grate back in place.
So it is Yek, Faladar, Ardent, Briar, and Rook, all having entered the sewers and ready to move along. The area, you hear the sound of dripping from time to time, people moving overhead, but otherwise it's dark and it's quiet. Sometimes you'll see areas where water is to flow in to the sewer system, probably when it rains, and it is that little bit of light you see coming from above that is the only light outside your torches. It doesn't take long to find the door in which you know Tarina is supposed to be hidden behind.
Okay.
I wasn't with you when you met her before. Did anyone have a good connection with this woman?
Briar will carefully trot up and do a little rap on the door.
You also know there was a password code you were supposed to give to get it to open.
Oh yes. Shit, where was it? I'm looking in my notes. Ah, shit.
Was Yek there whenever he said the
Yeah, I believe
password?
everybody was downstairs by that point.
Can you make like an intelligence check to remember?
I'm not gonna make you because I don't remember what it was either, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Did we put it in the chat?
No, I went looking for it and couldn't find it. But y'all do remember and are able to give it without too much problem. And as you do, the door itself starts to spread apart, showing a long hallway, flames bursting into life along the torches on either side.
Big old gulp. Start heading in.
Yeah, we'll go in.
I'll extinguish my torch to free up both hands.
You follow the passageway for just a little
Just,
while.
sorry, see if you can. As soon as we get down there, I'm going to cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
Put that in the market. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
You're fine. It takes a little while of walking, not too terribly long, but you see ahead of you another door. This one not made of stone like the first one was, but a nice, soft wood.
Briar will knock on it.
It takes a moment, but soon enough the door creaks open.
By someone opening it, or is it just opening on its own?
Just on its own.
Tarina, it's us.
You hear the soft sound of music. A harp drifting through the room as you enter a room that has two tables currently empty and a grouping of 8 pillars. There are 4 hammocks slung between these pillars, and there is a total of 5 doorways. One to the left, 2 on the other side of the room just across from you, and 2 to your right. The harp sounds seem to be coming from the first door on the right.
Briar will approach that door and try to creak it open.
Briar, you see that this seems to be some kind of bathroom.
Okay, I'm closing it.
Fair. What's the rest of the party doing? Well, Briar just goes, click, door closed.
I should have knocked.
What was in that door?
You don't want to know.
Oh, come on, it can't be that bad.
It was the facilities.
So what? So we need to go to the bathroom.
Well, I don't know if somebody was in there. There was a harp.
A harp? Oh, wait, let me go
Harp.
take a look.
Oh, okay.
Do note what you
I go
saw
over to the door.
inside was not the facilities, but you did see there was a tub sitting in 2 tubs sitting in the corners.
A washroom then.
A washroom down here. Ugh, terrifying.
It is at that point the
Tarina.
door opens and a familiar red-headed head pops out. It's just leaning around the door. I was wondering when you lot would show up. Took you longer than I thought. But if you'll give me just a moment to get dressed, I'll be right with you.
Briar's nodding, just politely averting their gaze.
Is Faladar gonna stick his foot in his mouth, or y'all gonna let her re-enter the room? She was just in.
Let her.
You're not the one I'm worried about.
Oh, okay.
Greetings, he says with a bow.
You. It's good to see you're still alive. Now, if you'll give me just a moment. She closes the door.
Okay.
So you're
That's how
actually
you
gonna give
greet
her the
her?
moment? Cool.
She seems nice.
She did essentially save your life. She's the one that dropped you off at my feet back at the tavern.
Oh, I need to thank her then.
And to apologize.
For what?
Almost killing her.
I did. Yeah, you're all gonna need to give me the details because I literally don't remember anything after drinking that whatever the hell that thing was.
Briar just puts their hands together and just goes like a exploding motion with her hands.
Oh right, when I blew up the tavern like twice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if she was one of the people I almost killed, I will apologize.
Yek's gonna look around. Is there water in this chamber like there is outside the stone door, or is it dry in here?
It's dry in here. It's a completely closed off area. It's a little warm, not overly warm, but nicer than it was in the sewers. It's almost a little hideaway. This looks to be a meeting room almost. You see two tables surrounded by a bunch of chairs where you can eat, and it's all really clean.
And the other doors, do they look like they're just from the doors, the way they're positioned? Could I tell if they're like rooms or if they go to another part?
Considering you're in the sewers, you have no idea. They're all similar, of this soft wood instead of the stone that was the first door you came through, so likely other parts of this little hideout.
So Ardent wants to know the environment he's in. We're gonna go to the door on the left. Just give it a peek.
That one is locked. Actually, no, that one isn't. You peek into that one, and it seems to be something close to a cellar or food storage.
Well, that one's just storage. I'll move to the what was across when we walked in, and the
Both
left-hand
doors to
door.
the north are locked.
Might as well check out the last one.
That one, the one next to the room in which Tarina is in, is a small bedroom with 3 different beds, each with their own nightstand and a drawer.
Unoccupied at the time.
Yes.
Roger.
It is just about that time the door in which Tarina is opens again, and she comes out wearing a relatively loose white shirt and breeches. You can see a belt wrapped around her waist in which a dagger is hanging, but that's about it.
Now, Faladar. Briar gestures to Faladar.
Did he die again?
I think so.
Tarina, the reason it took us so long was because we got ambushed.
Oh?
And Faladar went to the stocks.
I did know about that. I've had to keep my head under, trying to make sure no one gets me into trouble after everything that went down at the Elf Song. It's been quite troublesome, but it's nice to have a little bit of a vacation.
And I'm sure he is ecstatic to apologize to you.
Well, it seems either way you've dealt with the fool Deadeye, and now we don't have to worry about him. So, in a way, you have managed to complete what I asked of you. Are you still looking for the same reward?
Above table, I've totally forgot what we were trying to get from her.
Information about the Cult of the Dead 3. You were looking for a lead.
Yes, I think we're still looking for the same information.
That is what you all got hired by Zodge to do. If y'all just want to abandon it and go on another quest, you'll have to tell me.
No,
No, no.
We
we're
can do that,
looking
but
for information.
Okay, so yeah, we want the same information.
well, there just happens to be a bathhouse, walled-in garden, frolicking nymphs carved into the front. There's been rumors that followers of the Dead Three have been seen coming and going from the bathhouse. I'm told there's a secret doorway somewhere within the bathhouse itself. That is likely going to be the place all these killers are going to be hiding. They've been quite busy in the last 10 days.
We've seen bodies dumped into an alleyway.
Yes. It's not the most pleasant of things to talk about, especially when involving in somewhere that is supposed to be clean, like a bathhouse. But what can you do? It's how things happen.
Where can we find this bathhouse?
It's several blocks northwest of the Elf Song, or should I say what remains of the Elf Song.
And you said it has frolicking nymphs?
Yes, carved into the front gates.
Do you know the name of it?
I don't think it has a name. More of you have to know the place to find it kind of place.
Briar, would you describe to Tarina the person you saw on the rooftop last night? I'm interested to know if you've any information on this individual.
Briar will explain that the hood, the red hood, the shadowed face, everything that they saw.
I can't say that I've run into them before, but if it's worth something to you, perhaps I could look into it.
What would we owe you?
I suppose that depends on how much it matters to you.
Well, if it's one of the killers, very much.
Well, if it's one of the killers, won't you find them in this bathhouse? Or do you think they're
True.
moving in a different group?
I'd hope they're not moving in a different group. That would make things a lot more difficult.
Yes, I imagine it might.
So what do you know of the man who led us here to you?
Which one?
I described the one that was in the second on the bottom floor of that.
Emmerich.
That person.
Emmerich. Well, I don't know too much about him. He's one of the Van Thampers. His mother sits on the council. He usually works as an information broker, or a loan shark. But that's all information that's easily accessible.
If we need to find you, can we find you here?
Of course. Unless I've moved on. But I'm enjoying my vacation. So I'll be here a while longer.
All right.
And I assume if you need us, you'll find us.
Of course. It's not like you're subtle. She glances over at Faladar.
Validar, don't you have something to say to Tarina?
Okay, I am going to apologize for something, but I must preface this by stating that I was incredibly drunk during the Elf Song incident, so I do not remember exactly what I did. With that said, I apologize for any harm I may have caused you during that incident.
You caused more harm to yourself than me.
And that tends to be how most of my fights go.
Sounds like you need to be in some training.
I've already been told. I've already got enough. I've already got the training from my mothers. They said the more pain you feel, the better the fight feels.
And he's also sorry and appreciative that you saved his life.
Yes,
Did
for
I?
that too. I don't remember anything that happened after that.
I don't remember doing anything of such action.
Well, you helped get him out? Maybe, I don't know what happened.
It was all quite a mess. Perhaps your friend was seeing things. Will you
I don't
go
remember.
off hunting, or will you do what Emmerich wants you to do?
We do owe him something.
We owe it.
The quests are kind of on the same road.
Let's check out the bathhouse first, and then we can see what Averick exactly wants us to do.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
we left it
leave him
fairly
waiting.
open-ended with him, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't leave him waiting too long. Wait too long and I'll send people after you, and trust me, that's not a thing you want right now. It
Yeah, we
seems
can.
you have more than enough problems on your hands.
We can pay him a visit first.
He probably won't be there till night, so you have a while at least before he arrives.
Good.
At least let's check out this bathhouse.
Okay, let's go.
I'd be careful.
Thank you.
If it is full of killers, there's likely to be people watching.
That's true. Thank you for your help.
Thank you for yours. Now, I have a bath to get back to. She gives you a wave before heading back through the door she originally left through. Or entered through.
Right. Let's go to the bathhouse.
Yeah, let's head out.
Is there anything you would like to do along the way? Any plotting, planning on how y'all want to do this?
If we want to be sneaky about it, I can scope around first.
I definitely don't think the whole party should go barreling in at once. If someone can see without being seen, that would be good. Otherwise, I could go in solo just to look around.
I can see without being seen.
I heard somebody say something, but their audio messed up.
Yeah, Yek, you're breaking up.
You're majorly breaking up.
Okay, hold on. I'll be right back.
Nope.
Of course,
Much
that
better now.
works.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like you two should go together. How can you see without being seen?
I can be something very, very small. Smaller than a
That's what
mouse.
we should. Let's do that. Baldur and I and Rook can keep an eye on the door outside.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that I go in open. You go in tiny. That way, if either of us gets in trouble, we won't be completely alone.
So we're looking for a secret passage.
You'll eventually find your way to the bathhouse in which Tarina has pointed you. It is a tall stone wall around it and beautifully made iron wrought gates with nymphs dancing across the front of it, and you can see a white marble building behind the grate. There are a couple people that pass by to enter into the bathhouse itself. The front gates are currently open.
All right.
Before you turn into your other shape, do you want me to carry you in, or are you going to make your own way in?
I think I can make my own way in.
Okay. And with that, I start walking towards the bathhouse.
Actually, no. I'm gonna hitch a ride on you just to go in.
Okay, I stop.
I don't want to get squished.
What are you turning into?
I will. Mm. My first instinct is spider, but I hate spiders. I'm trying to think what Briar would turn into. I
I
can't
love
fly yet. A what?
spider.
Uh,
I love spiders.
I hate spiders. I have a terrible fear of spiders.
Um,
I
I mean,
The nice thing about the spider is it's a wall walker, right?
yeah. I'll turn into a ladybug.
Oh,
Can
okay.
I be a ladybug that can't fly?
Yeah.
I will be a ladybug. And people don't squish ladybugs. They think they're
Some angry
lucky.
kids do.
right, but that's
I'm
actually
a
a safe
cute,
choice. That's a bit. That's a good choice.
I'm a
That's
cute little
actually
ladybug.
Let's
explains
just
why you can't fly. Yeah, bored little kids ripped off your wings.
Yep, I'm a little ladybug now.
That's so rude. But you'll start to make your way in. The front entrance is open, only some pillars in the way, but you passed by them pretty easy to enter into an antechamber in which there's a desk off to the side and two large wooden doors. As a woman, an elvish woman, turns to you. Good morning. Welcome to the bathhouse. Are you one of our patrons? I don't think I recognize you.
But you sure do reek like the sewer. Oh shit.
The
Good morning.
ladybug just throw insult at this woman.
Yeah, like no, I think she said that to me in my ear.
I don't think I can speak.
No.
I woke up. Yes, a friend recommended. First time. What services do you offer?
Well, most people come for our baths, though we do offer masseuses to our patrons for the right price.
The baths, are they public or private?
We have both, public and private. Most people prefer the public baths, as
I think
the
that will do.
public baths or the private baths are more expensive. Our
No, I
patrons
think the
can visit our public baths just on their membership alone.
is a membership required, or can one?
Yes, we use it as a way to keep the baths running safely and cleanly. to make sure it is up to everyone's standards.
If I were interested in a membership, could I get maybe a tour of the facilities first?
Of course. Though we would have to keep you out of the active baths at the moment.
Understood.
Many people use them for meetings. If you would follow me.
I follow along.
As she walks through the door, she enters into a large locker room, effectively, in which there are stone cubbies to store your things. This, of course, is where you will be leaving your possessions while you are away. Once you put your gear or belongings into a cubby, it will seal with the stone until you return to take it.
Very nice.
She leads you through some winding halls. Through this door are the personal masseuses. We have 2 of them at the moment, both unfortunately busy and unable to meet with you today. But if we continue on, she leads
As
you.
we're walking along, I'm going to see if I can see where one of the occupied baths may be, where I could drop off my hitchhiker if she wishes.
Yeah, I'm looking specifically for an occupied thing. As much as Briar does not want to do it, they have to.
Fair. You see both the doors she gestured to are closed, having said that the masseuses are both busy. But she leads you through a long hallway in which she brings you past 2 very large, currently empty of people baths. This is one of our more public areas, though no one is currently active here. They are in the main room, which has the best heating. It is effectively a hot spring. I cannot bring you in there, but it is through that door, that way. The private baths are on the other side of the facility, and I will not be taking you over there, as you are not yet a patron, and our patron security is one of the most important things to us.
So I try to sidle my way closer to the door she indicated as the occupied public bath.
And I'll try to scuttle off stealthily.
Fair. Is there any questions that you have, sir?
So you mentioned that the currently occupied bath is the warmest of them. The others, are there any that are cooler? Like, less of a warm spring and more of kind of a lake or a pond temperature type of experience. Just
Similar,
trying to.
yes, but not quite as cold. But some do you leave the hot springs for a much colder experience just before they leave. They like to use it as a wake-up call.
Yeah, quite refreshing that. So, can you tell me, trying to hang out next to the public door that hopefully Briar is making her way into, and trying to keep the conversation going, asking about details of membership and how one enters the process, etc., etc.
She is going to gesture for you to return to the front, though.
Hopefully, I'm off the shoulder at that point.
Oh, yeah.
I will scoop my little buggy butt under the door.
But aren't you going to go with her?
Oh, I'm not going to make a scene. Yeah, I'll follow along.
She gives you a good rundown. It is 5 gold a month to become a basic patron. Get access to the more public bathhouses if you wish. You can pay for the more private ones, and you'll be able to hire masseuses if you wish. Also at increased
So I
cost.
will.
But you could always pay for a higher patronage if you wish.
So I will go ahead and spend all of my money uh, to give her that 5 gold.
Oh, no.
Fair.
Uh, so that I
Keep
can
all
go
the
ahead
appearances.
and fairly quickly get changed and get into the same bath area that Buggy Briar has gone in.
Gotcha. You are able to get some towels from the woman. You put all of your gear away, and now you only have a towel. Then you are allowed to head back into the room, in which you see there is a group of individuals already in the room. Briar, where are you trying to go?
I am scooting along the walls. I'm looking for any maybe seams that may be hidden. Because if
It's
there's a hidden room, there's got to be seams for the actual door.
alrighty. You're just mostly ignoring the people.
Yeah, I'm giving them their privacy. I have a little buggy arm by my eyes, just shielding.
Alrighty. So you're going to be looking for a bit because you're kind of slow. Everything's really
Yeah,
humid. It's not playing well with your bugginess.
sad bug noises.
As you approach Ardent, what are you going to do?
Oh, the
As
first
you
thing, just
enter a very large open room, pillars running along the side, with a large pool in front of you.
yeah, first thing I'll try to take a look around, see if I can see my ladybug friend anywhere.
Roll me perception.
Perception.
You do see them scurrying just a little ways away.
So now I've know where my partner is. Who else do I see in the room? And are they
You
in groups?
see
Are they individuals?
there are several empty baths, more private and circular around the edges, still open to the area at large, and the middle one, there seems to be about 3 groups. One seems to be a group of young individuals, probably a little bit older than teens, maybe early 20s. There is a group of much older individuals, probably in their 70s ish. But the ones that are most interesting to you are off to the left on their own, and there are 2 larger individuals, both Goliaths, that have towels wrapped around their base that are standing on either side of the pool, arms crossed, very much looking like bodyguards. Inside the pool itself, there's a couple individuals that seem to all be deferring to a woman sitting at the furthest back point, long black hair, and they seem to be working around her. You can also see a number of scars over her shoulders.
And they're in one of the more private baths over on the side, or are they
Yes.
in the big bath in the middle? Okay. Is there another private bath fairly close by that may be within uh, eavesdropping distance?
If they're talking quietly, you wouldn't be able to. But if they're talking on a normal voice, they would.
So I'll make my way towards one of those, preferably one that is unoccupied, so that I don't get mired into a conversation.
Gotcha.
And see if
As
I
you
can
do,
listen in at all.
one of the Goliaths gives you the stink eye as you're walking over.
I ignore him entirely.
But you are able to sit down in the tub, and you can't really hear much of what's going on. Based on what you can hear, it sounds like the individuals around the woman seem to be telling her something. But as for what exactly is being said, you can't hear, as they're speaking too low.
I'll spend a couple of minutes getting used to the water temperature, and then make my way back across, ambling by that group, see if I can catch any of the conversation, acting as though I'm heading towards one of the other areas of the bath.
With how far you have to go to stay out of the way of those Goliaths, you still do not hear anything. Can I get an insight, though? You get the distinct feeling this, as you're watching, and you can tell the Goliaths are absolutely watching you, but you're pretty sure it feels like they're almost reporting to her about something.
The others that are in the tub, not the Goliaths.
Yeah, the guys who all look a little more rough and tumble than she is. If you look in artwork, this is what she looks like.
Alrighty then. I assume she doesn't have the sword in the bath with her.
No, but the tattoos are the part that you can see.
Do I get any? Can I see anything, that catches my attention in those tattoos?
Not particularly. You can't really see them all that well without really staring. Because she's mostly submerged in water. But you can see they are mostly along the shoulders. One of her arms is out along the side, but it seems to be a lot of Eastern styled designs. So not somewhere you normally see on the Sword Coast.
Right. Out of place. So I'll find a place in the larger public bath that I can keep an eye without being obvious that I'm watching, both on the group with the lady being protected by the glass, and if I can also keeping an eye on my ladybug friend.
The ladybug friend's too small for you to see from inside the bath, as the ladybug is slowly making their way, looking around the building, looking for seams.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to kind of hang out and see if anybody else interesting comes to visit our lady with the tattoos.
How long are you going to be waiting?
Yeah, I'll give it 30 minutes.
As you do see some people come in to join her. Big, burly guys again. Go on. Excuse me. Big, burly guys that definitely don't look like people you'd want to mess with on the average. Definitely people that don't tend to get along with the law all that much. As they take a seat in the baths as well, some of the guys that were already in there leaving.
So she's definitely like holding court, basically.
To a degree. Yeah.
Okay. being a scouting mission, I don't want to be too forward here. So I'll get out of the big public bath, make my way kind of closer to the walls just to see if my ladybug friend is remaining unsquished.
They have so
And
far, and in the half hour they've made their way most of the way around. Uh, they're starting to approach close to where this woman is. But so far, no signs of a hidden door. You do see a passageway that leads to some other baths where you have Briar. But nothing that seems to be hidden away.
Okay, at least not in this room.
No, not that you noticed.
Okay. I'm gonna try to make my way over to Ardent.
Gotcha, it's not too terribly hard. You get to his foot.
Yeah, I know he probably can't feel it, but I don't know if he's like looking at me, but I'll like nod my like I'll shake my head like nope. Can ladybugs shake their head? This one can.
They can shake their bodies side to side.
shake the whole thing, right?
So
Yeah, I
either
just
you're
shake the whole thing,
dancing
like,
or
nope.
shaking.
So seeing that appears my ladybug friend is done with her investigation, I will find another unobtrusive place to wait until the current crowd that is holding court with our tattooed friend is done, and see if I can surreptitiously follow them out of the bath area.
Gotcha. It takes about an hour for them to leave again.
Oh.
Briar, how long can you hold that shape?
Equal to half my druid level, so 3, so 1.
So you know
I
you're
would
very
probably have.
quickly running out of time. About half an
Yeah,
hour
I'm
in.
gonna. Yeah, if I can sense how much time
You know
I
vaguely
have
how much time you're
until.
going. You don't have the exact, but you know you're running out of time.
Okay, I'm gonna start trying to scoot out of the bathhouse.
If I see my ladybug friend leave, I will follow out and let her jump on me because there's obviously a reason she's wanting to go.
Yeah, just
Fair.
panicked wiggles.
So it's not long before you're back in the locker room, able to get your stuff and able to leave the bathhouse.
Which I'll do, and I'll nod to the lady if I see her on my way out that gave me the tour and everything, and thank her, and then head back out to where the group is waiting.
The group is a little ways away, hanging out at a cafe.
So I guess on the way, I'll kind of duck into a alleyway or something so that my ladybug friend can revert to her woolly self.
Yeah, I will revert and I didn't find anything.
Your
I don't have
wool
enough
is
time.
still somehow damp.
Oh. Oh, that's gonna mold if I can't dry it.
It's not like super wet, but definitely a little damp.
Ugh. I'll use Druidcraft to make a little gust of wind.
Fair.
I didn't find anything. Too little time. I think it would
Oh,
be best if we all go in.
I don't know if you noticed her, but there was the one lady with
The
tattoos being
Goliaths?
guarded by the Goliaths. Yeah, she was definitely holding court. I don't know if she's at all tied with the cult, but she is definitely in charge of something fairly shady going on. So worth looking into some more. Let's go tell the rest about what we did and did not find.
I could go back in and spy on her.
It's an option. Let's see what the rest think.
Right. And let's go. Yeah, we're gonna go check out the other
Yeah.
group.
I assume we knew they were going to go to the cafe.
Yeah, y'all can see him a ways off. They can see the entrance, so they see y'all as soon as y'all leave.
So sidle back up, sit down with them. So not a lot to report. I'm a member now, so I guess I can go into the public areas whenever I want. But there's some private areas that I don't have the access to yet. In the one public area that I spent time in, there was a tattooed woman with two Goliath guards who, and long black hair. She was essentially meeting with different groups of your typical, it looked like criminal element kind of folks coming in, kind of reporting to her, it seemed. So she's involved with something. She's obviously kind of in charge of something, probably not above board. Don't know whether it's the cult or not, but worth looking into.
I could go back in and spy on her if that's what we want.
How much is a membership?
5 gold.
It was 5 gold for the initial, yeah.
5 gold.
Per month. That, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay. Per month.
5 gold per visit.
Oh, per visit. I thought it was
No,
per
it's
month.
definitely per month. I just thought it was funny because it sounds like that's what he thought it was. 5 gold per
Yeah.
visit. God, you're
Right.
fucking
It'll get
jipping us.
expensive.
I mean, from the sounds of it, we need to see more. We need to find out more from this lady.
Rook is still with us, right?
Yeah, he's chilling.
Rook, does my description sound like anyone that you're aware of in the, I guess, criminal element in the city?
You see, he tilts his head, one ear going up, the other down, as he does some thinking. Did you see any clothes, Nyan? I doubt it, considering it was a bathhouse, but it's always best to check.
No.
Any other distinguishing features, Nyan?
The biggest part was tattoos, and they weren't from around here. They seemed more of like a Eastern design.
Purple eyes?
Did I
Nyan?
notice that she had purple eyes?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, definitely purple eyes.
That's probably the spider, then, Nyan. She doesn't quite work with the guilds, Nyan. But somebody they need to keep appraised of and not step on their toes, Nyan. Not known to be directly working with any cults that I know of, Nyan. But, as I said, not somebody you want to be on the bad side of. Nyan.
Potentially a source of information. Do you think, seeing as how she uses these baths, it seems as at least one of her meeting places, perhaps she may know something about the cult? I'm wondering if we may be able to get an introduction.
Perhaps. I never took her to be one that would get involved with a cult, though, Nyan. They
Not
might
so
have...
much that she's involved, but may know, right? If they are using the same spaces that she is using, she may be at least aware.
Maybe, Nyan. But information's gonna come at a high cost with her, Neon.
I wonder what she takes for payment.
Gold, Neon. Or information, or work, Neon. Your problem is you're also working with the fist, Neon. And I'll bet she knows that already, Neon.
What about secret doors? Did you find a secret door?
No, not in the room we looked in. I can go back in and eavesdrop on our conversation.
I'm not sure it's going to bring us any fruit if, as Rook says, that she's working in the gray areas, but not necessarily directly with the cult.
Well, gray areas are still areas.
That's true. I'm open to suggestions.
I need to get me a membership.
Do you want to go round 2 and I'll go with you?
The bad's more comfortable, Yak. Probably feel good.
On your bones.
Those old bones.
Yeah. Did you find out how much it would be to get a private room?
In my conversation, did she mention that? I know she said it would be more, but I don't know
No,
if.
she didn't.
Okay.
I thought it was
Mention.
more for the masseuses.
It's more for both.
For either, yeah. No, I just know that it's more, Yak. There's a nice lady at the front desk, though, that'd be happy to take all the money you want to give her.
It is at
Right.
that point you do see another individual is walking into the bathhouse. A massive man with barrel chest, leather tunic, and a massively scarred face, half of his face, and the top of his head being covered in burns, and he is completely bald. As he
Okay,
is working his way into the bathhouse as well. He does not
Is
look
he
like a friendly guy.
is he carrying a weapon?
No.
probably splat us onto the wall if you even wanted to. With his bare hands.
The palm of his hand looks about the same size as, say, Dea's face. He could
Okay, don't
fully
want to
grab
mess with
her
him.
head like a normal adult could grab a much smaller child's. He's a big dude.
Looks like someone who wrestles Goliath for fun.
He probably could. He's wider than them. He's not quite as tall, but he's... If you ever saw the definition of a shit brick house in the dictionary, it's him. If you want to look in artwork, I can show you exactly what he looks like.
Okay.
Oh, he big.
It's a mean looking sword over the shoulder, too.
He doesn't have that.
I don't think that's.
And that's a club.
Oh, it
Yeah, I
is
was
a
gonna say that's
club.
a club.
Yeah,
That's not
but he
pointy.
doesn't have it. So
So he big and he like to bash.
yeah, probably. But you don't think he needs it. His fist can probably do that too. He's a big, mean son of a bitch.
He looks friendly.
Well, Yak, I'll go in with you if you want to get a membership.
Oh, we need a plan first. Right. So, I think the best course of action is to try to see if the secret door is in one of the private rooms. We can investigate because we will be by ourselves.
Do you want me to go in small or go in like this?
Oh, I think there's no. I mean, if you can just buy a membership, there's no reason to hide. We can just be patrons. But while we're in there, we need to find that secret door, and also maybe figure out if Spider has any sort of connection to the cult. Those, I think, should be our two goals.
You want to split up then? I can go spy on her and then you can get a private room.
Yeah, I think.
Ryder,
wonder-
do you want to get a membership or do you want to piggyback on me again?
I think being small would lend an easier ear.
That, and also that way, I think Faladar. You can Arden. You can pretend like you liked it so much, you went and got the friends.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is that I could basically introduce you to the lady that runs the establishment, or at least is the front manager, as an
Right.
excuse for coming back so quickly.
Right. And then once we go in there, I'm gonna do my best to get a private room and search it. See if I could. My guess is that the secret door is not gonna be in a public area,
Probably not.
but we should search as much of the complex as we can, looking for that secret door.
Excuse me.
All right.
All right, we have.
Let's go.
I will go back into bug.
Alrighty. So
And I guess I don't know if Baldur wants to come too, but I think all of us, or at least the three of us, can go and be ourselves.
Pretty much. Faladar has mostly just been like,
I need to take a
what was
quick
that?
5.
Okay.
Roger
Hey, you
that.
good?
Yeah,
Oh shit, you
keep
good?
coughing up. We'll be back at top hour. We'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. I was under attack by my throat, so I'm not sure how that went. But we're back now. And we were just plotting on what the party should do. So what y'all doing?
So we're all going. Hold on. My throat's about to attack me now.
It's contagious.
It's
Watch
that
out.
kind of night.
I think we were planning on all of us going in.
Faladar was saying what he was going to do, that's right. Faladar?
Faldo will probably join the three. All he's been doing here is like just watching the people and analyzing their voices.
Fair.
Sorry about that. Yeah, Briar is going to bug. Actually, no, they're going to buy a membership first, and then once the lady's out of sight and when I'm alone, I'll go bug.
Alright. So the lot of you are going to enter. Welcome back, sir. Brought your compatriots?
Yeah, they sent me in just to kind of check the place out before they invested. I told them how much I enjoyed it, so they decided to come in and procure memberships for themselves. I will leave them in your care and head off to the locker room to get changed.
Understood.
How much
And
for a price?
a private room, once you're already a member, starts at 10 extra gold. You'll have that access to that room for the next 3 hours.
10
I
gold
think
for
we should. Sorry, go ahead.
astonished at the price. Go ahead, Briar. What do you think we should do?
I think we should get a private room.
It is large enough for decent-sized groups. You can fit up to 15 comfortably.
Very
Oh, that'll
well.
be good enough. We're just having a meeting.
Of course.
How many private rooms do you have?
There are 7.
Very well.
Let's just hope we roll the right one.
So I'll pay the 5 gold for the membership.
Gotcha.
I will also pay the 5 gold.
Faladar pays as well.
Then you are welcome here at the bathhouse.
Is Rook also with us?
No, he remained outside to keep an eye on who was coming and going.
Okay.
Plus,
Excuses.
the flaming fist coming with you is kind of
A
not
little
good for
sus.
subtlety.
Let's split the private room 3 ways.
Just as a weird question, does this place recognize Faladar from the wanted posters?
No, because it's not a tavern. You're good for
Okay. Okay, it only applies to taverns. Sweet.
Unless you blow up a bathhouse.
I am not using
Then it'll be
shatter.
all over the bathhouse.
I am not using shatter in the bathhouse.
Thank you.
What if you want to make a wave pool?
I have gust of wind for that.
Let's get a private room.
I was raised by hags. I'm not a savage.
Alright, so how much of we pay this? 1, 2.
Like
Are you
3
splitting it
points.
between the 3 of you or 4? Well, Arden said he didn't have any money, so I think it's 3.
Yeah, the 3 of
3,
us.
yeah, so
So 3 gold plus 1 from somebody.
I'll do it. I'll do the 3 gold plus 1.
So 3 gold from me.
3 gold from Felidar. That Felidar may or may not have.
I think
I'll
Falador
pay
has.
for I'll pay for Faladar. So that is 6 gold. No, 7 gold off of me.
Mm-hmm.
I already have gold. I got gold. I can pay for it.
Okay. So that is 4 gold off of me.
But y'all are brought into a private room, much smaller than the large one that Ardent was in earlier, but much more private. There's a beautiful mural along the walls and along the ceiling, and the water is warm and unbothered.
As soon as the woman leaves us alone, I am going to go bug and
No.
put
Wait.
the.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that yet.
No, don't you? As, as, as soon as she leaves, I'll grab Briar. I'm like, just look for a secret door real quick.
Okay. Briar will walk across the edge of the room and feel for seams.
I'm also going to help if possible.
I shall go around. You don't see anything that stands out. You find hidden sections for working with the inner workings of the bathhouse and whatnot. Also, you find a section that pushes in. It has a small mark at the top of the stone. Pushes in and pops out to reveal a cooled beverage station.
Okay. All right. Wait here. I'll run out, and I'll hail the lady down. Like, this room. Can we get a different room? We don't like this room.
Unfortunately, all the rooms will be the same.
Can you just give us a different one? That one doesn't have the right vibe.
He's an old man. He can complain.
If you're sure. She moves a lot of you to a second room.
Okay,
We'll
we
be
look around
unable
the
to move
room.
you to any of the higher rooms, but for the price you paid, these will be the 2 rooms. I hope they fit your vibe better.
Thank you.
This woman hates us.
8 gold. I paid 8 gold. That's a lot of money for me. But yeah. All right. We'll search this room also for secret doors.
You find
Okay.
about the same stuff. They're positioned in
Okay.
different places, but it's the same stuff.
Okay, now you can go ahead and do your
Spying.
shapeshifts. Yeah.
Okay, Briar's going to go into a bug and go spy on. I think she was referred to as the Spider Woman.
Just the spider.
The spider. Okay, so I'm gonna go bug and bug you my way on over there.
It takes a while, because your legs are very short, to make your way out of the private rooms all the way back to the public, which is in another section almost entirely. And how are you going to be approaching this? Where would you like to stay?
I would like to try to go across the ceiling, just right above them, to eavesdrop.
Do note the ceilings are rather high, so you'd run into the same problem Ardent ran into.
Okay, then I'll get maybe within like 10 feet. I don't want to get too close to the Goliaths because they're gonna fucking squish me.
So are you staying outside? Because that's about where Ardent... You mean you're closer, but you still run into the same problem Ardent was. You'd have to pass the Goliaths and be into the pool area itself. If you actually went over
Okay,
here.
then I guess I'm gonna try to do that.
Gotcha. How are you going about it?
Stealthily as fuck.
Alrighty, roll me a ladybug stealth.
Okay.
What would be a ladybug stat?
I guess the spiders.
Give me a second. Um, roll me just a d20.
Okay.
You
I'm gonna
have
use a hero point to gain
No, are you proficient in
advantage.
stealth?
As me, let me check.
Yeah.
I am not.
So yeah, just a d20.
Can I use a hero point to
Yeah.
get advantage?
Yep.
19.
19. So you managed to scuttle your way through, getting right past and starting to listen in, just as an individual is telling the spider about a ship that recently had its captain killed. There was a small mutiny, and a new captain has been selected after the old one was deemed unworthy after going after some broad and getting himself killed. She seems to be listening to this, but doesn't say anything. Do you continue listening?
I'll listen in for about maybe 20 minutes.
You hear some. Well, that's the only thing of note that really stands out. There's some donations that are going in, some charity work. Apparently, they work with orphans a little bit. Um, there's some words about a group of individuals who are getting uppity down in the slums, but nothing too terribly interesting. Though you do notice something a little concerning.
Hmm.
You have seen her eyes land on you 5 times during that 20 minutes. If you
Okay.
had hairs on the back of your neck right now, they wouldn't just be standing up, they'd have rioted and run away. You very much feel like a bug sitting next to a spider web.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly back up, see if she does anything.
You see as you start to leave, her eyes flick back to you, but she just doesn't say anything.
She doesn't go to like slap me or anything.
No.
Okay, I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge. But I'm trying to do it naturally.
Naturally for the bug trying to run away, yeah.
Yes. Just like scuttle this way, scuttle that way, trying to act like a normal bug.
As you're making your way away, you hear very briefly, very quietly, as she seems to finally have spoken in a quiet voice. And the moment she talks, the other ones go dead silent. As she is giving them a warning to watch out for things that might not seem to be what they look like. There are rumors of an itsy bitsy shape changer looking to get into things.
Oh shit. Okay. I am running away.
Run away, scuttle, scuttle, scuttle.
I'm going as fast as my little buggy butt can take me.
As you make it, they don't chase. The guys that they're talking about seem a little confused. But you don't stick around to find out what she has to say about that. You're just, You make your way back to the private bath.
As soon as I get there, unwild shape and duck into the water. Just nope, hiding.
As you'll see, the rest of the party, suddenly there's sheep and then they belly flop.
More like probably fall in.
And then just, they don't quickly sink because they're covered in fluff, which slowly soaks and then just drags them underwater.
And just peek up. They saw me. I think they know I'm watching them.
You got caught.
Not necessarily, but yes.
So what were they talking about?
Well, they were talking about Deadeye, I assume. And now they got a new captain. Not much eventful. But then he looked at me maybe 5 times, maybe 6. I lost count. And now they're very hyper aware.
Where did you leave after the first time?
Sorry, say that again.
Why didn't you leave after she saw you the first time?
Because I thought it was a coincidence.
Okay, that's not a big deal. Let's see. I mean, they didn't give chase.
No.
She doesn't seem too concerned with you.
Not that I know of.
Very well.
If she were concerned with me, I'm pretty sure she would have crushed me.
Right.
Granted, crushing you will just turn you back into a sheep.
That's true. Yeah, crush me so they can beat me the fuck up.
I know what you really look like.
I don't think so.
No, I meant if they crushed you. That's why they would do it.
Oh yeah, they would.
So I don't know if you saw, but I did not go to the private bath with the rest of the party. I went back to the public area, and I'm in the same smaller bath that I went to at the first. I'm looking for an opportunity when the spider doesn't have company to see if I can make my way into her her private pool area.
You do not see that chance arrive.
Just group after group the whole time. Like, I'm not waiting for the Goliaths to leave. I figure they're never going to leave. But
Well, no,
uh,
there's another group that comes through, but after that, she is starting to leave.
I'll wait till she completely leaves. I don't want her to see me try to get up right after her, and then I'll go try to find the rest of the party, find what private room they're in.
You go to the first one to find your party's not there anymore. Your friends left due to vibe troubles. If you follow me, as this woman just appears behind you, you do not know when she got here.
Creepy.
Do you follow her?
Oh yeah, sure.
She leads you to where your friends have moved off, and then she heads off again. As you see a sheep, effectively what it look equates to a sheep trying to drown themselves. It looks like, or blow bubbles from underwater. One of the two.
Very wet sheep.
Did you hear anything good?
They saw me.
Yeah. They didn't make that obvious. I stayed a while afterwards, seeing if there might be a chance to introduce myself, but no chance arrived.
Yeah. So, they know Deadeye is dead. They were talking about that. And how they're very hyper aware that people may be watching them.
Probably comes with the territory. I would say that's probably the last Ladybug appearance, though.
Probably. At least in this place.
Do you find anything interesting in these baths?
No.
The only remaining question is, where is the secret door?
I have a ridiculous idea. What if it's under the pools?
I guess we should check. But how?
Can I go under?
Do you
Or
mean
am I
just
too
dive
floaty?
underwater? Yeah. You're
Okay.
soaked in wet wool. You are like a stone in the water right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a deep breath, go under, and look for any seams underwater.
You probably weigh like double what you normally weigh.
Let me see how much Briar weighs.
You probably have at least 100, maybe 150 pounds of wet wool.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go under and search for any seams
Gotcha.
that
What's
may
the
be
rest of
in
the party doing?
apart from the drain.
Okay. What's the rest of the party doing while this is going on?
How deep is the water?
Waist deep, for the most part.
Yak is just gonna enjoy himself. I mean, 8 gold pieces worth.
Fire.
I'm going to come back every day.
Fair.
Make sure I get.
Do
Make
note
sure
you won't be
your
able to
money's
get the
worth.
private room again unless you pay for it.
Of course,
But you will be able to get the main room, the private
I've
room, the
already.
public room.
Yak already knows there's no secret doors in the private room, so he's not too worried about that. Just wants to get his bath time in.
He needs his old man bath time.
Out of nowhere, Yek pulls out a small sailboat.
And a rubber duck.
And where did that come from?
How long will y'all remain here?
Maybe an hour. Hour and a half, give or take.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'll follow the lead of those that actually paid for the room.
But as y'all are making y'all's way out, can I get a perception check?
I'm gonna use a hero point because I have plenty to spend. And
Going to
yeesh.
use a point as well.
Sure, why not? I will too with that horrible roll.
Do note, you would have to use a hero point beforehand. So Ardent
Okay.
won't be able to.
Roger that.
You have MVP, you can use that to reroll.
Afterwards, okay.
But hero point, you have to state you're using it ahead of time. But Yak, you faintly hear the sound of yelling. Coming from an area you don't know.
Big something.
Is a lady around, or is there anybody around where we are, or are we in like kind of in the
Y'all
private
are
area?
in the locker room at this point.
I hear something
What is it?
yelling.
I'll like move towards it, see if I can hear anything else.
You
Can I make
couldn't.
anything?
You can't really get a feel for what's being said, but it sounds like a really gruff voice shouting at somebody. But through the thick walls, it's hard to hear exactly what's being said. You could try to make your way out back over there.
Okay, I'll. So that was my next question. Is there a way to get?
Yeah, like in my tour, did I see that area at all?
No.
Do I
you
have any
didn't.
idea how to get there? Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I'll just follow. I'll try to get there.
Yeah.
You
I'll
start
I'll make sure
go.
I grab my stuff first and then go.
Let's go, guys.
Yeah.
Everybody, stay together.
As you start to go, making your way past the bathhouse, you were already not bathhouse, the private pool you were in before. Towards the very back of the facility, the voice getting louder and louder. Before all of a sudden, that elf is back. Excuse me, sirs. I will need you not to come back into the offices. They are not accessible to patrons. Staff only, please.
Apologies. We heard yelling and we were concerned.
Just
I
looking to help.
understand. And I apologize for the unsightly sounds, but it is not a problem. May I offer you a coupon for the nearby cafe for your troubles?
Yes, definitely. Please.
Then, if you would head back to the front lobby, I will get it to you there, please.
Very well.
Damn it! I wish I had a wild shape.
Is Does she lead the way out of there?
No, she stays
Oh
behind
wait,
y'all.
we spent an hour in the bathhouse. Would I get my wild shapes back?
I think wild shapes are long rest, aren't they?
Nope, short or long rest.
Oh, then you'd have a short rest. But she can see you.
Yeah, that I'm not gonna do it right now.
Um,
Following us, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is everybody heading back to the front?
yeah, we gotta. I don't think we have a choice.
But you are able to get back to the front, getting the rest of your stuff from the locker room. As the woman is behind the desk, here is your coupon. A free suite from the nearby bakery. We do apologize for the trouble.
No trouble at all. Can I get another one of these, please?
Unfortunately not. But
You can have mine.
we wish you a good day. You're also not sure how she got ahead of you, because she should have still been behind you. But when you turn around, she's not there anymore.
Creepy.
Efficient service. Good to know.
Will the party be going to get sweets?
Oh yeah.
I'm kind
As
of
we
just like
walk
looking.
off, I hand my coupon to Yek as well.
Yuck up the sweets.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
we're heading back, I'm
experience
sort of like taking like catalog of like the different voices that I heard while I was in there. It's like, let's see, how many new identities can I make out of this? I'll test it later.
With you mostly being in private, you didn't hear all that much in there. You got more when you were sitting out on the streets.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need to like listen to more later. He tries to keep like a list of stuff he can use disguise self with later.
Fair. You all see
They're not like I'm just mumbling. Go ahead.
the cafe that y'all now have tickets for, the little bakery, is actually the one you good boy Rook's sitting at. And as y'all get a couple of scones, some cinnamon rolls, donuts, a little bit of slice of cake, whatever you like in terms of baked goods, y'all hear stomping. And y'all turn to look just in time to see that large man stomping out of the bathhouse and leaving. But as he does, that, for tonight, is where we're going to be ending it. Good job, you guys. That was a lot of fun. I'm curious to see what y'all do next. For those listening in, I thank you for joining us as well, and I hope you come back to see what kind of trouble this band of misfits is going to get themselves into. Y'all have a wonderful night. Peace.